Welcome back. Today we will see the continuation of the part 1 course. So today under physical topology, first we will see star topology. So already we have completed mesh topology. So mesh topology, just a recap, in a mesh topology there will be a dedicated link between every node, and since there is a dedicated link, the entire bandwidth will be shared with the entire bandwidth will be used only between the sender and receiver, right? So next in this lecture we will start star topology. In a star topology, each device has a dedicated point-to-point link only to a central controller, usually called a hub, right? So if there is any problem with this hub, automatically the content will be we cannot able to transmit or receive. Other than that, no problem. If one link fails between the hub and the node, then there will be no problem. So these devices are directly linked to one another. Unlike mesh topology, a star topology does not allow direct traffic between devices. The controller acts as an exchange. For example, if one node wants to communicate with another node, automatically this node will be send the information to the hub, and from the hub the information will be retransmitted to the receiver node. So that is the work of controller node. So this is how the station is created. So if you see here, automatically this is the hub which is connected to all the stations, right? So if the hub fails, the entire network fails, and if the link, any one of the link fails, automatically it won't create any problem to the other links. So this is how star topology is connected. So the main disadvantage is, if the hub fails, the network will not work. So advantage of star topology is less expensive compared to mesh topology, because in mesh topology we need a dedicated link. In a star, each device needs only one link and one I/O port to connect to it to any number of others. This factor also make it easy to install and reconfigure. Far less cabling needed to be hosted and housed, and additions, moves and deletions involve only one connection between that device and the hub. So the connections only between the device and the hub, how many number of devices we are going to connect, that is based on the number of ports in the hub. So other advantages include robustness. If one link fails, only that link is affected. All other links remain active. So these two are main advantage. Less expensive, and second one is robustness. This factor also lets itself to easy fault identification and fault isolation. So fault identification is also easy, because if a particular node is not responding, we can able to identify the link and then the node, and we can able to identify the failure. As long as the hub is working, it can be used to monitor link problems and bypass defective links. So now comes the disadvantage part. In this disadvantage of star topology is the dependency of whole topology on one single point, the hub. If the hub goes down, the whole system is dead. So that is the disadvantage of star topology. So next comes the majorly used topology, which is the bus topology. So this is what we are also implemented in our labs, IT labs. So a bus topology, on the other hand, is a multi-point, one long cable acts as backbone to link all other devices in the network. Nodes are connected to the bus cable by drop lines and tapes. So this is very much important. Drop lines are used to connect the other nodes to this bus cable. So there will be one backbone cable through which to which all the other nodes are connected. A drop line is a connection running between the device and the main cable. So it is a connection running between the device and the main cable. So if you see this diagram, you can able to understand. So this is the backbone cable starting and cable ending, and this is the drop line. So here in this diagram it is not visible. Actually there is a line between this backbone cable and the station, and this line is named as drop line, and this is the tape which is used to get the get the information from the backbone cable. So nodes are connected to the bus cable by drop lines and the tapes. A drop line is a connection running between the device and the main cable. A tap is a connector that either splices into the main cable or punches the sheathing of cable to create a contact with the metallic core. Right? So the tape is used to connect, used as a connector between the between the drop line cable and then the backbone cable. In bus, so before seeing this advantage, as the signal travels along the backbone, so since it is using one backbone cable as a main cable, the bandwidth will be shared because all other cables are connected using the tape. Since the entire bandwidth of the cable is not utilized by each node, it will be shared between the nodes. So when it will be mostly shared, if only two nodes are communicating using this backbone cable, there won't be any problem because the entire bandwidth will be utilized by them. But if there is more than one nodes are connected to this backbone cable, then automatically the link will be shared between these nodes. That is, more than one nodes are transmitting and receiving at the same time. So as the signal travels along the backbone, some of its energy is transformed into heat. Therefore, it becomes weaker and weaker as it travels further and further. So that means that there will be a particular limit based on the LAN network limit. So we cannot able to extend the LAN cable, extend this bus cable beyond that, because we need a repeater or a hub to retransmit the signal, because the signal fades away and we have to regenerate the signal. So this is the diagram already I have shown you. So these are the advantage of bus topology. So advantage of bus topology includes ease of installation, because there is only one backbone cable. The installation is very easy. Backbone cable can be laid along the most efficient path, then connected to the nodes by drop lines of various length. In this way, a bus uses less cabling than mesh and star. So compared to mesh, star is better in cabling, and compared to mesh and star, bus is better in cabling, right? So topology is nothing but the physical appearance. So in star, for example, 4 network devices in the same room require 4 lengths of cable reaching all the way to the hub. But in bus, this redundancy is eliminated. Only the backbone cable stretches through the entire facility. Each drop line has to reach only as far as the nearest point of backbone cable, not the switch. So disadvantage include difficult reconnection and fault isolation, because there is only one backbone cable. If there is any failure or any wire connection, any disconnection of wires, that cannot be easily identified. So a bus is usually designed to be optimally efficient at installation. It can therefore be difficult to add new devices. So once during installation, if you are fixed with 20 systems, then if you want to add the 21st system, there comes problem. So signal reflection at the tapes can cause a degradation in quality. This degradation can be controlled by limiting the number of spacing of devices connected to a given length of cable. Adding new devices may therefore require modification or replacement of the backbone. In addition, a fault or break in the bus cable system stops all the transmission. If there is any problem in backbone cable, no other systems is allowed to transmit at that time. So even between devices on the same side of the problem, the damaged area reflects signals back in the direction of origin, creating noise in both directions. That means noise generation will be more in this bus topology compared to other topologies. So with this we are completing physical structure, that is the topology, how the topology of nodes are connected, and the remaining part will be discussed in the next part. Thank you.